Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Mike Smith along with Aaron Glandon. Dan Ramey on assignment. We'll catch up with Dan later tonight at the Litter Media Radio Game of the Week. This is also October the 24th. It's a Friday. And is this the next to the last Friday of the month?
Yeah, because next Friday's Halloween.
Halloween. So that's coming out ahead of us here. But there's some Halloween activities that we'll be talking about on today's topic, so stay with us for that. A lot happening this weekend concerning the outdoor activities with the Halloween parade, trick-or-treat downtown in Chillicothe, that sort of thing. So let's take a look at the weather so we'll know what to expect out there. Most of you probably experienced frost this morning. We had a freeze watch that was out for last night as temperatures dipped down into the low 30s. Let's see. What is the temperature right now in Chillicothe? Wow, it's really warmed up. It's 47 right now, but it was much cooler than that about 3 hours ago. Sunshine is expected throughout the day today, a high of 55. If you're going out to the football games tonight, expect a low of 35. Clouds but dry for most of the weekend, a high 59, overnight lows 38. Looks like our next chance of rain will be Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. When we come back, we'll take a look at the beneficial news that you can use for our community, all coming up on Litter Media Live. Accurate heating, cooling, and plumbing. Your trusted comfort advisor and on target for your needs for the last 40 years, 4+ decades, moving up to that half-century mark. Serving not only the Scioto Valley, but southern, central, southwest, southeast Ohio, residential and commercial, they take care of all of those needs. Give them a call if you want something done for your heating, cooling, and plumbing. Maybe you've had another service provider and you're just not satisfied. We'll give Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing a call.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Beneficial news that you can use. We hope that you'll start your day by checking our website at littermedia.com. Whether you do that on your desktop, your laptop, or your smartphone, you can get all that stuff here. And again, we're missing that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, because it is there.
If you go to our website, it's there. Little icons in the top right-hand corner that get you to Litter Media Radio, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. It's all right there. And also, people keep asking about our score page. It's there. The nav bar, go back there, Mr. Producer. You see home, news, sports, services, contact us, pet of the week, job listings. You want to go to the one that's sports. It's a drop-down window, and it'll give you the option of Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School. Click on that and you'll get your most up-to-the-date scores. Litter Media Live plans to broadcast tomorrow night the annual Jaycees Halloween Parade here in Chillicothe, starting at about 7 p.m. Our Dan Ramey will be the parade announcer, and producer Aaron Glandon will be there, busy as a beaver. But here are some road closures that will be impacted in the downtown area starting at 3 o'clock. Don't forget, we have the downtown trick-or-treat for the kids prior to that, and then they start setting up for the road closures for the parade at 3 p.m., and that'll go through 11 p.m. tonight. Now, there's something that you learned before we went on the show about the Scarecrow Contest.
Yeah, if you want to get to downtown early, the Scarecrow Contest winner will be announced at 4 o'clock, so you can make your way around downtown and check out all those scarecrows before you settle in to watch the parade go by.
All righty, so check all of that. A lot of stuff happening in the area, and including downtown Chillicothe for tomorrow.
Yeah. An extraordinary photograph of a killdeer and its chick will be featured on the 2026 Ohio Wildlife Legacy Stamp, according to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife. The winning photo was taken in, oh boy, you're going to have to pronounce this, Cuyahoga County by Jennifer Beck of Lyndhurst, Ohio. Beck's shorebird photo was chosen as the winner of the 17th Annual Legacy Stamp Photo Contest based on originality, composition, technical excellence, and overall beauty. This year's contest had 57 entries, and submissions were required to feature a shorebird.
I understand this is Jennifer's second time of having the winning photo that'll be on the legacy stamp.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
So she's a pro at this. Ohio Department of Transportation, in partnership with the Hocking Athens Perry Community Action Program, has announced a major expansion of Ohio's GoBus intercity transit network that significantly increases mobility options for rural communities and strengthening statewide connectivity. I honestly did not know this even existed until we put this story up yesterday on our website. Through this investment, ODOT will fund 4 new intercity bus routes designed to extend GoBus service into previously unserved regions of the state. The expanded service will connect thousands of more Ohioans to essentially services, higher education, and employment opportunities. The upcoming expansion will double the service footprint, extending routes to western and northern Ohio, including communities such as Bowling Green, Fremont, Marion, Middletown, Oxford, Upper Sandusky, and Yellow Springs. You ever been to Yellow Springs?
I have been to Yellow Springs.
You ever stop at the ice cream place over there, Young's?
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
That is good stuff.
In the springtime, the bike trail over there is like a
highway.
It's like the Ventura Freeway and Ventura Highway out in Los Angeles. That thing is packed with bicycles. But yeah, something neat for the rural areas to get to some of these metropolitan areas.
The Ohio Wildlife Council received a proposal for new white-tailed deer hunting limits in Athens, Meigs, Morgan, and Washington counties during its regularly scheduled meeting on Wednesday, October 22nd, according to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife. The Ohio Wildlife Council also approved the spring 2026 wild turkey hunting seasons. The Division of Wildlife proposed reducing the bag limit to 1 deer in Athens, Meigs, and Washington counties in response to an outbreak of epizootic hemorrhagic disease in these locations. In Morgan County, the bag limit was proposed to be reduced to 2 deer from 3 because of the same EHD outbreak.
I always heard people when I was a kid talking about having the epizootic, and I always thought it was made up. Well, it's real.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can get it or not, but animals can, so check that out. At least 2 lanes will be maintained in both directions between North Plaza Boulevard and the Chillicothe Mall entrance. The new roundabout, as we told you earlier in the week, is now accessible for traffic using Stewart Road to access River Trace Lane. When we come back, a lot to talk about as far as what's coming up tonight through the weekend in sports, all ahead on Litter Media Live.
But first, you got to hear about the Skag clearance sale, which is still going on right now. And the prices are so low down at Hometown Motors, 818 Eastern Avenue, you're going to think they've lost their minds. You can choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry, because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, Mike. And the low prices are gone with them. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll tell you who that is this week coming up in just a moment.
Of all the weeks, this is probably a no-brainer today.
Yeah, it is.
And when you stay with us, you'll find out why we say that. In sports, the Ohio High School Athletic Association Board of Directors just yesterday set the dates that member high schools will vote on an emergency bylaw referendum on name, image, and likeness, or NIL. Schools will cast their votes from November 17th through 21st, with the high school principals submitting the vote on behalf of the school. Full text of the bylaw proposal is included in our website story, which you see here at littermedia.com. We were telling you about this earlier in the week that this was coming, and it's not something that the OHSA wanted to see happen, but a student athlete took them to court saying that they were infringing upon his rights to make money. So that's what's opened this door. So they want to have control of how it's done instead of letting the judge or just making some vague ruling and really messing it up. So that's the logic. Now, on a side note, we've learned that the OHSAA has some type of an announcement that's coming today concerning the Ironton High School football program. We've heard a lot of rumors the last couple of weeks. We don't know what this is about for a fact, but there is some kind of an announcement coming today, and it could impact everybody in Division 5 region, whatever they're in. Right now, Wheelersburg's number 1, Ironton's number 2. So stay tuned when that information comes out today. If it does indeed come out today, like the OHSA said it would, we'll let you know what, because it might have impact on local teams, even closer to home. So check that out.
But in the meantime, Litter Media Radio Game of the Week tonight will be Piketon at Huntington, and Huntington, a win tonight will help them get into the playoffs. No doubt about that. Coverage is going to begin at 6:50 p.m. with Mike Smith and BJ Daly on the call. If you don't know where to listen, go to littermedia.com, and you can find our radio player right there, or you can scan this QR code if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. And then tomorrow morning, we'll have a broadcast of volleyball district finals doubleheader between Adina Southeastern and then Zane Trace New Lexington. You'll be there for that.
You can use the same icon, the QR code for
it's
that.
all Litter Media Radio.
Yes, sir. And at 10:50 airtime tomorrow. Taking a look at our Haynes Total Healthcare Center high school scoreboard. It's all tournament stuff now, folks. Although last night there was one area high school football game. The Eastern Pike Eagles completed a perfect regular season. I think this is the third year in a row, 10-0. They walloped Green last night, 56-0. I think it was 49-0 at halftime. So obviously they had the continuous clock. So the Eagles now just sitting pretty and waiting for the playoff announcements over the weekend. High school volleyball action last night in Division II. Logan went 5 to beat Westerville South for the D2 district championship. In Division 5 out of the East District, Union Local swept Tuscarawas Valley, so the winner of the Adena Southeastern match tomorrow will play Union Local in the regional semis at Logan next Thursday night. Turning to soccer, Division 2 girls, Watterson ended Taze Valley's season 4-0. Logan saw their season come to a close, losing to Westerville Central 3-1. Girls Division 4 district finals. McLean wins their first ever girls district soccer championship, and they beat a powerhouse in doing it, Wheelersburg, 2-1. Alexander over Hillsborough, 2-1. And in girls Division 5 district championship for soccer last night, Fairfield out of Leesburg beat county rival Lynchburg Clay by a score of 3-2.
In college football, Ohio Bobcats are going to be at Eastern Michigan tomorrow at noon. And I don't know what their away record is, but I know they won all their home games. And this is not going to be at home, so they won't have their lucky charm with them.
That's right. You could go on the road.
I could, but I don't. I have to be at the Halloween parade, so I'm not going to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then Ohio State's idle tomorrow, but next week they'll host Penn State for a noon kickoff.
Yes. I think, of course, Penn State with a new head coach after James Franklin was let go in midseason. And I'm sure they're kind of grumpy. I mean, you might remember Penn State was selected by the media and the Big Ten coaches to win the Big Ten championship this year. And then they come out and lose their first 3 league games.
Not a great start.
Not a good start. Now, what we've been talking about a little bit earlier, the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. This was probably the easiest pick we've had all year. Eastern Pike quarterback Eric Manley, who we've seen over the last 2 seasons, tied a state record last Friday night. He threw 10, I said 10, I didn't stutter, 10 touchdown passes and this is a correct score, 71-52 win over South Gallia. That sounds more like a basketball score.
Yeah, it does. Eastern's defense is probably happy they had him throwing 10 touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, so, and he must have been on fire last night. It was 56-0. And Boston Webb, one of his teammates, had
7 touchdown receptions.
I mean, crazy numbers. So congratulations to Eric. I think Eric has also been a past player of the week for us in years past. So he obviously, that's a slam dunk pick. Congratulations on that honor.
But 7 touchdown receptions, that is the record.
That is a state record.
So Eric Manley tied the record for passes, and his receiver got the record for
I think the fellow that he's tied with at 10 did that last year. So that's not an old record. It was done just last year. When we come back, we're remembering World War I, but it's something that happened in 1921, 3 years after the war, on our This Date in History, coming up next on Litter Media Live.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. They're online all the time. Customer payment, account information, and more. You can log on at litterpropane.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old. Each weekend this October, Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater transforms into Haunted Mountain. Try to find your way out of the escape room. Traverse the spine-chilling scares along our haunted trail. And each night at 7:15, the Mothman Experience begins on the main stage with It Flies by Night. Or bring a lawn chair and enjoy a free showing of our scary movie series on our giant projection screen in the parking lot. See our movie schedule and secure your spot for the Mothman Experience at hauntedmountain.org through Halloween night.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com. Mike Smith, Aaron Glandon back with you. This date in history, 1921. In the French town of Chalon-sur-Marne, an American sergeant selects the body of the first unknown soldier to be honored among the approximately 77,000 U.S. servicemen killed on the Western Front during World War I. According to the official records of the Army Graves Registration Service deposited in the U.S. National Archives in Washington, 4 bodies were transported to Chalons from the cemeteries of Ancey-Marne, Somme, the Meuse-Argonne, and Saint-Milo. But this is, well, whichever the soldier was, this was the one that was picked. And if you've ever been to Arlington Cemetery, of course, you see this. But since that time, there's only the one monument that looks like Dan's drawing here. But then in front of that, they have since added World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
Right.
But there's only this one monument like this, even though there are more unknown soldiers that have been added. I don't know if you were aware of this or not, but they have had to remove, I think, a couple of the unknown soldiers because they finally were able to identify them. I mean, they keep DNA in hopes that one day the families of the missing, because technically these unknown soldiers are LIAs.
Right.
They assumed killed in action. And I believe it's happened certainly once, and if not 2 times or more, that some of the soldiers there have been since identified. And what happens, they remove them and turn them over to the family for proper burial elsewhere. And it could be that they're buried elsewhere in Arlington if the family wants that. I'm not sure. But then they replace them with the remains of another unidentified soldier. So if you've ever been, have you ever been there, Arlington?
Oh, yeah.
And you've seen the service they do?
I've seen the changing of the guard. It's
amazing.
Powerful.
It really is.
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah. I really, of course, it's such a somber thing, but the soldiers that are out there, and I believe it's an Army detachment that does this, that guy, if anybody makes a sound of any kind, he will stop and he will direct his attention at the person and it's like, gulp.
Yeah.
Don't make any sounds or don't try to disrupt anything, because I think they actually do have orders to shoot if they had to. I don't think that's ever happened, but they
could do it.
You'll notice sometimes of all the protests and crazy things that can happen in rioting, and nothing has ever been done like that at Arlington, because there's an order there that you don't mess with those guys. So, but it is a solemn thing. If you've never seen it, you're going over to Washington, D.C., you got to make sure you go to Arlington Cemetery and watch the changing of the guard. That's a wrap for us today. Don't forget Litter Media Radio tonight. Huntington hosting Piketon in high school football, the regular season finale, and then doubleheader volleyball tomorrow morning starting at 10:50. Daughter Sarah is going to join me for match 1. The second one, she has other plans, so she has to leave us for that one. And then, of course, you and Dan will be at the Chillicothe Jaycees Halloween Parade tomorrow night, and that will be broadcast live.
Yes.
On
Litter Media YouTube and Facebook.
Okay. So a busy weekend for us all. Hopefully you have a chance to kick back and enjoy whatever's happening in your community. So for all of us at Litter Media Live, have a great weekend, everybody. So long.